Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Beauty Topics podcast. I'm your host, Chantel, and I have a lovely guest on my couch today, Miss Maria Muñoz.
Hello.
Thank you so much for being here. Actually, Janelle Rendon connected us and said, you have to interview Maria. She's fantastic. So I was like, well, I trust Janelle. So if Janelle said, get Maria, we're getting Maria.
I'm game, yes.
So why don't you just start by telling us a little bit about yourself, my dear?
Yeah, so Maria Muñoz, I am a content creator. I've been doing content creation for probably since 2018. I can't do the math in my head right now, but
math is hard.
Yeah. So, but I've been doing it full time since 2022.
Oh, wow.
Kind of just took the leap after 17 years in the banking industry. Mm-hmm. I was just like, you know what? I'm pushing 40. Like, it's now or never, you know? So, took the leap into full-time content creation and been doing it ever since then. So, I have my blog, Instagram, my YouTube channel. So,
wow.
Just doing all the things.
That's so exciting to me that when somebody can like actually make their passion like a full-time job. I just think that's so cool. It fascinates me because you don't realize that you're just piddling around your house doing things. It's like sharing some of that behind the scenes of your life or hacks that you have or, you know, different organizational tips like that can become like amazing information to put out there and share with people.
Absolutely.
That can end up getting sponsored. I just think it's so cool.
I love watching everybody else's organizational
I do
like
too.
beauty routines and
I love
fashion.
it.
So I'm like, hey, you know, let me share my stuff. So I thoroughly enjoyed it. I went to school for broadcast journalism, so I have a degree in that. And so even after I worked at Channel 2 for like a smidge, and I went back to banking, and I just like really miss like that, like just like talking to people, like being out in the community, all of that, and the banking was just very, you know, I don't know, like
it doesn't
not
sound.
a passion.
I'm curious. It does. It sounds a little. Nothing against bankers, but it sounds a little boring.
Yeah,
there's no creativity
It was supposed
involved
to be a college
in that.
job, and like 17 years later, I worked my way up management. And I'm just like, okay, this is not my plan, you know?
Right.
So that's why I took that leap to kind of like do something with my broadcast journalism background with like editing videos and stuff like that. So
That's why everything looks so amazing and professional. Okay. I'm like, cheater. Okay. Because I'm like, how is everything like incredible and beautiful and the angles and the way you work the light on the pictures? I'm like, how is every post like perfect? Like I'm scrolling through looking for a dud. I'm like, I'm going to find one. And I'm like,
there's
no,
some. Trust me,
they
you
look
keep going back.
great.
Thank you. Yeah, it's taken a while to kind of like perfect it, but because you know college was eons ago, so but I know I try to tap into what I learned, and you know I paid for college, so I'm like I got to do something with these skills that I learned.
That's right.
So, yeah,
that's amazing. Does your family kind of understand what it is that you do, like your girls and everything? Do they get it?
Yeah, because they've been around it since they were like small. I have two girls. I have a 10-year-old and a 7-year-old, so they've seen mommy do and on the weekends my husband will go and take my pictures. So and it's a family affair. I mean, like
I did love seeing that.
Everybody comes along, and so you know we'll take a couple pictures and then we'll go do fun stuff with the family. So but they definitely understand. I could definitely not have done this without my husband. Like my husband's support is. Oh, I get chills every time I think about it because he has been the most supportive partner, and he's just
and handsome too.
He's a looker. He was like my high school crush. I was like so in love with him in high school. We got together like a year after high school. I was like, yes, I got him. But yeah, we've been together. It's going on like 21 years now.
Me and my husband too. 21 years. Yes,
it's been a while. I know, but it's just I know when I think about it, I'm like, it's like half my life. You've known me.
Yeah. Oh my, yes.
Crazy,
when
right?
you sit there and think about it, it's like, because it feels like that time has gone by so quickly. You look up and you realize you spent your whole life with this person,
like
you know?
lightning. I'm like, how am I at this stage already? And like, we were just like going to the club and doing all this other stuff, you know? So
we were just outside.
I know. We're inside all the time.
Wow. I love that though, because like this entire podcast experience, honestly, is all because of my husband. Like he sees things and pulls things out of me that I might even not even necessarily see for myself. So having a supportive partner is just so important because we can't do what we do, you know, without them. In all honesty, I know that I can't. I tell everybody, I'm like, they're like, who's your production team? My husband. I don't have a production team.
And it's also really hard when you're by yourself too, because like trying to bounce ideas off of somebody or like, you know, getting a second opinion. Like, you know, if you don't have somebody to bounce ideas off of, it can be really hard and like unmotivating. It's like, sometimes I'm like, okay, I don't know what else to write about. I don't know what else to do. And like, you know, so he'll give me some ideas, and
we can get caught up in our own head sometimes and need to get, you know, out of that space. And I totally get where you're coming from. One mompreneur to another. Yes. I totally get it. What like was that final little thing that pushed you to take the leap though?
It was really during COVID because I had always been in branch banking. Like I was in the branches, I was a teller, you know, assistant manager. And then as my girls were growing up, I really hated it because it's like when you're a manager, like someone calls in, you got to drop everything, you got to go in.
That's right.
And I'm just like, okay, I'm not at that point in my life anymore. I am now like, I want to have my off days where I've planned something with my family and I want to do something with them. So I went into lending, which is like the corporate side, which I was just in a cubicle. And I was like, I told myself I would never be in a cubicle. And here I am in my 3 little walls, you know, with my fluorescent light. I'm just like, this can't be it. Like, this cannot be it for me. And so that was really the push. Also during COVID, I took care of a lot of the PPP loans and it was like an influx. And there was only 2 of us that would key in everything for the whole bank.
Oh, good Lord.
It was like 7 days a week, 12-hour days. And I think I
Work-life
had a little
balance.
breakdown. Yeah. I remember driving home, breaking down, crying hysterically, talking to my mom on the phone. And I was like, because at that point we didn't know when it would end. I was like, is this it? Like, I'm going to be working 7 days a week. And I think at that point I made the decision. I said, I'm going to start working to get out of here. And a couple years later, finally, you know, like the financials and everything and like finally seeing growth because at first it wasn't really growing because I couldn't devote much time because obviously I had a full-time job.
Right. More than a full-time. You had 2 full-time jobs.
Exactly. You got mom duties. So I was like, I bet if I had more time to dedicate to this, I could grow it. And so thankfully it worked out. So, yeah.
Wow. What was your inspiration like behind your blog?
The blog was initially because my friends are not like into that whole fashion and like, so it wasn't somebody that
you're the fashionista.
Yeah, I love that
group.
stuff. Yeah. I have my one best friend is a soccer mom. Like she just loves her boys, does a soccer thing. She's into sports. But I started seeing all the bloggers and I saw them doing it and I was like, okay, they're making money. They're doing this. They're like living their life. And I was like, I bet I could do it too. So I started doing the blog. I love writing as well. So that came naturally to me. But then eventually it started to progress into other things. I'm still kind of struggling with the Instagram, with the consistency aspect.
I was like, oh, that's a struggle. It looks amazing. It runs circles around mine. Okay.
It is a struggle just to be consistent just because I feel like when you have your hands in too many things, it could be, you know, you're spread a little too thin.
So many pots on the fire. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. So it's like, oh, I have to do a blog post. Oh, I have to post something on Instagram. Oh my goodness, I have to edit this video for YouTube and it's just me. So it's like, yeah, it can get a little overwhelming, but I've noticed that with YouTube, it's starting to grow a lot more. Like there's more opportunity there.
Oh, absolutely.
And so, yeah,
I noticed
so definitely been focusing on YouTube lately.
Gotcha. Well, what kind of like inspires your sense of style? Because you're always so well put together, even just the way you style like a pair of jeans. Like where does it come from? I'm very much like all my friends know this. And I have a stylist friend, Kobe, and he teases me because like I'll walk in a store and go, okay, I need the outfit on that mannequin and then the outfit on that mannequin. And then that's it. I don't have that. Like when it comes to makeup, I love putting colors together and doing looks on people. And I can do the most avant-garde look to the most simple. But like when it comes to outfits and shoes, like I wear pretty much one piece or like 2 coordinating pieces because
2 pieces are the best.
It freaks me out to like have to put together a whole look.
Yeah, I mean, I really don't. I've always loved fashion. I was shopping at Forever 21 when I was 13. So
they're out now.
I know.
Oh.
I even worked there. I was assistant manager there. So I was like, no way. Yeah. Like I would never in my wildest dreams ever think that Forever 21 would go out of business.
Yeah, my daughter's best friend, my youngest, she's in high school. Her best friend worked at Forever 21 part-time and she came over yesterday and she's like, I don't don't have a job anymore. Oh, and I was like, oh, poor baby. She's like, it's gone. End of an era.
Like immediate, like they're just closing them, or are they phasing them out?
Well, I mean, some of them are already closed, and they're just like packing up the clothes that are left and shipping them out. Goodness. Some of them are already done. Yeah, she's already gone.
I really never. I mean, that's really where it came from. Was probably from Forever 21. Yeah, because I just love. I think now it started to go to like where it was just like very chaotic in the store. Mm-hmm. But back in the 90s.
Yes, the 90s, my time.
Okay. Back in the 90s, when you would go into the store, it was just like, it was curated beautifully, like color coordinated, or they would have like certain prints all in one section. And I think that kind of helped me kind of start to learn to put things together from there. And then also when I worked in there, we would obviously have to style the mannequins, and that was a fun thing to do as well. I remember like my paychecks would just be gone because as soon as a shipment came in, I would go to the bag and pick up my size. I'm like, okay, put this to the side for me. Yeah. And then I would buy that whenever it would be payday. But that's really where it kind of stemmed from. I've been a lover of like 17 magazine when I was younger, just going through there, looking at all the fashion. I have like In Style magazine, just looking at that stuff. But I've noticed that obviously a lot of that stuff is more high end, and that's just not where I'm at in my life. Like I'm not wearing Prada, I'm not wearing any of that. I'm still on a budget. So yes, I have to, luckily now a lot of like more budget friendly brands, like this is Walmart. And it's
so cute. I was looking at it like, it looks like Gap or something. Yes. Like it's so pretty. It looks like Banana Republic. Yeah.
I think they have really evolved. And so you could still find really good finds at more affordable places. It's going to take some searching, obviously, with like materials and stuff, but the material is great. And so
it has pockets. I love a dress with pockets.
Yes. And so I'm just like, that's really kind of like the inspiration where I get on some of these retailers, because they've now started hiring designers. So Brandon Maxwell is a fashion designer and he designs for Walmart. Wow. So now you can see the transition to the clothes that was there 15 years ago to what is there now. So
I did notice that like different designers do collections for certain retailers, like Christian Sierrano will do like a collection or things like that. That's an amazing way to get like some really nice pieces and not break the bank. Because like you said, you're a mom, you have 2 girls. So you're definitely like, I'm not breaking into the kids' college fund for an outfit.
Exactly. And I don't really go anywhere. I mean, I'm like mainly at home working or, on the weekends with my family. So it's like, I don't really need a standout outfit. I'm not going to galas or, fundraisers or anything. I mean, I'd go if someone would invite me, but so, I mean, there's, you can definitely find good pieces that are affordable as long as you find them and like fit them to your body's type as well. I think a good fit is key. Like you can get the most expensive dress, and if it does not fit you well, like
you wasted your money.
Exactly, you wasted your money. So so just like dressing for your body type is definitely key.
That's so smart because I feel like we always see like celebrities dressed to the nines, and I remember one thing I will say about Kim Kardashian. She always said, she's like, I can buy certain pieces, but everything has to be tailored because I have these hips and everywhere else is small. Like and then my stylist friend Kobe said, you can take your clothes to the cleaners, to the dry cleaners, and they can alter them there. They can hem it for you. They can take in your pants where you need it, because I'm a very wide hipped person.
Me too. Yeah.
So because of the wide hips and I have a very small waist and no boobs, like certain things just don't fit well. So I have to have a lot of nipping and tucking to make jeans and pants and slacks and things fit me properly. So I loved that hack of just being like, take it to the cleaners and they will do it for you there. And it's like $15 to get it altered. So I think fit is so important. A lot of times you'll put your clothes on, you feel a little bit slouchy or something doesn't fit right. It just needs to be tailored to fit your body shape.
Yeah, and that's going to help with your confidence as well, because you know how it looks on you,
Right.
So, I mean, like I said, like I rather spend a little bit of money on the clothes and spend more money on like the tailoring and making sure that it's fit perfectly to my body than the other way around. Everybody thinks, I have to spend $300 on these jeans for them to look good. And I'm like, this doesn't necessarily mean it's going to look good on you. So
no, it does not mean that at all. Because I have some good old 7 jeans that I bought at, Costco or Sam's. Got them tailored a little bit. They fit great. So you don't have to spend $300. No. You can definitely dial it back if you need to. Because everybody's budget's constraints are different. And let's be real, things are expensive out here right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So how much time does it take you to put together like a blog post?
It can get very detailed. Now, a couple years ago with Google, like they loved articles that were very detailed. So that's why it would take me a very long time. I'd have to obviously write the article and then take pictures. If I'm taking pictures of myself, I have to schedule that out to go with my husband. Sometimes I do have some blog posts where I use a photographer. So I have to schedule that. That's an extra expense as well.
Yes,
But this photographer is just like amazing. So I love her. And so I would say from editing, anywhere from like 2 hours to maybe 8 hours for a blog post.
Okay.
Unfortunately, now Google is like completely, it's having like a identity crisis. And now it's like they want like more shorter, like more personal.
Short form content?
Like, yeah, they kind of want they want firsthand experience now. So now it seems to be a little bit easier, but it's still very hard to rank on Google. But it seems like they kind of want you to be more personable. Like, this is the, dress that I'm wearing, and this is how it fits, and this is the material, and I feel that this, so it's...
Okay, so there's some kind of algorithm situation that you're kind of playing with.
So now I don't take as long anymore because I'm like, this is not going to rank anyways for 1,500 words. Let me just like shorten it. But yeah, I mean, it takes a while to like really construct a good blog post.
Okay, so how many hours a week would you say you devote to like your Instagram, your blog?
Everything.
Like your oh wow. Okay.
Like everything?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
I'm just so curious because I feel like we're passionate about it because we love it, but it's still also like hours, like still like working like a job.
Absolutely, yeah. And the bad thing, this is something that I need to work on, is like setting working hours, because for me it's like a 24-hour thing. Right. So like I'll work while my girls are at school. Then I have to take a break when they get off because I have to go pick them up, take one to dance, make dinner. And then at night when they're in bed, I'll probably get on and do a little bit more. So it's really hard for me to pinpoint exactly how many hours, but I know I'm doing more than 40. My bank job hours, that's for sure. Yeah. That's what I was thinking. And it's also weekends, on Sundays I'm up looking at Amazon deals, like, so it's just like, it's like 7 days a week.
Wow.
Job, yeah.
How do you go about your Amazon like research, putting together like, because I've seen like your lists that you put together, like your favorites and stuff like that.
I really just either personal things that I have purchased. So if it's like a sheet mask that I personally have used, like that'll go on like my beauty favorites, or I also like you said, curating different outfits. So I just go on to Google and I like, not Google, but like Amazon and like Google like spring fashion and see what comes up, and just things that will catch my eye. There are certain retailers I know that the quality is really good as well, because there are some things on Amazon that are like, okay, they're not the best, exactly. Not the best, yeah. And I don't want to just like shell out anything. So there's certain retailers I stick to that I like to share because I know the quality is good, the fit's good, so, and you're gonna get a good deal for what you're paying for. And they're usually really on trend as well, which I love. So that's really what I do. There's like a list that you can go on, like bestsellers, and you can see what people are liking. So I go on there and see what catches my eye, like what I think my people will like, and
Gotcha.
So start adding that.
Gotcha. So when brands like want to like partner with you or whatever, like, or is it a partnership or a sponsorship? Like, can you kind of break down like what the difference is, what that is exactly?
Yes. Mainly I do a lot more partnerships on YouTube. Okay. So they will like send clothes and they'll allow me to, not allow me, but like I share the clothes on there. So I do like Amazon hauls, and then if they sent me something, like I did a partnership with Dream Pairs, which they do shoes. And
my daughter has their little like Ugg boot style things.
Yeah, they got really cute shoes. So they'll send me some pairs of shoes, and then I'll share them and style them. And so that's kind of like the partnership. So I get a flat fee for integrating them into my YouTube channel.
Oh, nice. Now, how long have you had the YouTube channel?
YouTube channel that I've been actively on is probably been about a year.
Okay.
Yes,
okay.
Because before that one's, the YouTube channel is what's like the beast. It's like, it's like I can only do one video a week because it's like filming it and like the try-ons, and then the editing is the most like time consuming.
Yes,
like you're just sitting there at the computer for hours to edit like a really good video. And nowadays, people's attention spans, like you have to exactly.
It's like YouTube Shorts. They want it quick and they want it now.
So I have to make it kind of fun for them. I can't just be talking the whole time because I'll be like, okay, she's boring. So I have to have like, all these different edits and the graphics, and it's a lot. So, but yeah, that's really what I've been focused on lately, because I just see more growth there than on Instagram. On Instagram, it's just sad for me.
Oh, is Instagram like just a little bit stagnant? Because I find your posts to be so beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate that, but I just don't think anybody else feels that way. Because I don't know. It's just I don't know. I think it's a lack of consistency as well.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just like it's just a lot. It's just I only have certain bandwidth, and like I can't.
Right.
And to me, like it's more lucrative in YouTube at this time than it is Instagram. Like nobody's reaching out for an Instagram partnership. But people are reaching out for YouTube partnerships. So I'm just like, okay, well, then I will go over here.
Yes. Yeah. Well, and then too, I mean, YouTube is so like, I don't know, I guess you feel like you're getting to know the person more.
Yes.
Because you're seeing them and it feels like they're talking directly to you. Yeah. You feel like more of a connection.
Yeah. I think that's what the difference is.
Yeah.
I think with Instagram, you just do like a 8-second reel of you just like really quick edits of you just trying on, and it's like nobody gets to know you. But you're right. Yeah. You go to YouTube and sometimes I talk about personal stories there while I'm showing you a dress. And so I think, you get to connect with the audience a little bit more. Yeah,
because you have a very outgoing personality. You're very much an extrovert, very pretty.
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm an extrovert.
Well, I mean, but it comes across that way, though, because you seem so personable. So I think that's part of what it is. They're like, oh, wow, she has this bubbly personality. And like just the style, the sense of style, you putting together the outfits, things like... People putting together outfits on YouTube is very helpful for me. If I need to go somewhere like date night, I'm looking for some kind of inspiration somewhere. Somebody help me out so I can figure out something that's in my closet already. And then you did like the black leather jacket, and then you like the way you styled it multiple ways. I was like, okay, so I have a jacket that looks like that. I can do this, this, and this.
Yeah.
Like for people like me who are styleless, who only care about the makeup, it helps a lot.
No, you look great.
It helps a lot. Case in point, like I kid you not, I'm about to show my shoe. Do you see this shoe? This Steve Madden shoe. It looks just like the Hermes sandal that's like $800, but I paid $60 for this. Thanks to this one over here. She posted it and I was like, oh, that looks like a leather sandal I need for summer.
Yeah.
It goes with everything. It's like black, brown, neutral. Like
get
I
some
love
white
it.
ones for summer.
I'm going to. Yeah. I am going to go back and get, they had a cognac pair and a white pair, and I was like, okay, I think I need those two now that I love these so much. So yes, I'm not kidding. Like I'm looking for inspo. Done.
Yeah, awesome. I'm glad to help.
So tell me a little bit about your journey with your hair, because I was reading a lot about your hair loss journey and how you kind of like helped turn that around. Can you talk about that? Just because me sitting here as a menopausal woman, hair like falls out like crazy. Like right now I'm in my summer bob, which I love.
I love that bob.
I got a haircut. So and it just feels thicker and fuller when it's a little bit shorter. But can you just talk a little bit about that if you don't mind sharing?
I mean, I can't take too much credit. I think some of it has to do with genes. I know my mom has a lot of hair, and I remember growing up, I had a ton of hair. So I've always had full hair. But yes, after having my girls, I did notice the shedding, and especially right here. It was just
right in the front.
And then
you get those little chicken pieces.
Yes. And then I think I might have gotten some from my grandfather. He was bald. And my brothers are now starting to go a little. So I feel like here also sometimes it's like very thin, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to go bald right here,
Yes, right in the front.
I know. Front and center. And so I started using Vegamore in 2019.
Okay.
My youngest was born 2017. So a couple years afterwards, I started really
focusing
on the serum. And that has helped a lot. I mean, again, I don't know if it's that or if it's just like the time has passed, like so. But it definitely has filled in. And so, and also scalp care, I've read on that making sure your scalp is really healthy. I've been putting rosemary oil on the scalp and letting that soak in for a little bit before I wash my hair. And also taking care of, like with bonding, there's a Living Proof has a bonding serum. It's like a small little bottle. And I'll put that on there as well to make sure that there's no breakage and stuff. So that all that stuff has really, really helped.
Yeah, it's just it's a combination of things. Oh, yes, I'm with absolutely. You. Like, I was told about the rosemary oil, and it's something that I started massaging into my scalp, and I actually have noticed a very big difference just from the rosemary oil. So, yeah, I'm so glad you were able to touch on that. Tell me a little bit about your experience with Sugared and Bronzed.
Oh,
because I saw that and I loved it.
It was my first time getting a spray tan. Actually, now that I think about it, I think I lied. I did get a spray tan eons ago before I had kids. I did like bodybuilding, and they do like the
they spray you.
Yeah, but I think this one was like the first time I did it where I wasn't like a completely different person. It was like a natural looking tan that was just like for everyday use. So that was like really, I would say, my first personal experience. Anyways, but yeah, it was so much fun. I love it because they were talking about like it's like healthier, it's vegan, it's like non-toxic, and I have not announced this to anybody, but I am actually expecting right now. So I have not
spilling the tea.
I know, I'm gonna have to spill. I told myself this weekend I have to spill the tea to my best friends. Like they don't even know. And
so, my gosh!
Yeah.
Congratulations!
Thank you. So like that really kind of I was like. Okay, I made sure to research all that, and they said it was healthy, and they even gave me little nose plugs so I don't inhale anything. So just like the customer service and everything about it was just really nice, and then the product was amazing. Like it's starting to come off now, so like I feel like I look like I have a skin disease now because you could see the.
But the tone though was really pretty. It wasn't like the orangey. It looks really like a natural soft tan.
Like you just stepped out like from a week in like the Bahamas or something, but the color was beautiful. Yeah, just now I have to either take this off. So
would you consider going again?
I would, yeah, definitely. The only thing I didn't like is obviously they're a little bit further, so I wish there was somebody like
a location
closer to Cyprus, right? So
yeah,
if they're listening, maybe they need to open a location in Cyprus. I think they would do great here.
Oh, I'm sure. Cyprus is growing so much. Yes. This area really, really needs some more. We need some more restaurants and businesses. And, we love to support like local whenever we can. So I just think that's, that would be fantastic for them to open here. We're trying to get our favorite bagel guy to open a
Who's that?
Bagel Bob's.
Bagel. Have you gone to Four Brothers Bagel Shop?
Yep. It's okay.
Really?
Bagel Bob's is number one for me. Yes, I'm very specific about a bagel. Okay, I want someone that was born and raised in New York to make my bagel.
Hey, they said they're Four Brothers New York bagels.
Yeah, it doesn't taste the same.
No?
No, not at all.
So where can I go get this other bagel?
I'll send you the address. My husband just created his logo and all this stuff for him. He's such a good guy. But yeah, we love it. Absolutely love it. So shout out to Bagel Bob. He knows I love him. I was looking at like your cocktails and your recipes. Like I know right now, no more cocktails for you. But like what are some of your favorite like concoctions that you've come up with?
Not so much. Not so many alcoholic. I mean, my husband and I are. Like,
I'm a mocktail person, so
yeah, we love margaritas.
Yeah,
so
I don't
margaritas
really drink.
Are definitely so we try to replicate like spicy margaritas at home. But one of my drinks that actually I did a blog post on and like did really well was the pink drink.
I saw
Copycat.
Yes,
and it's so good, and obviously it's like non-alcoholic. You can give it to your kids.
Yep, that's why great. I like that one.
Yes, the coconut milk and the ocean spray white strawberry cranberry drink, and mash up some strawberries in there, and like that's it, and it's delicious.
It's so like refreshing.
Yes.
It is so refreshing. It's one of those drinks like when you're grilling in the backyard that you just want to keep it on ice and just keep a picture of it for everybody. It's so yummy.
I have not like played around with it. I'm wondering if somebody does want an alcoholic beverage, if you could add something in there. I don't know, but maybe a little rum.
I was going to say maybe a little coconut rum or something. I could see somebody doing that.
Coconut milk, so I think
that
might be something to try in a few months.
Yeah, in a few months, my dear. So how have you been feeling?
I've been good. I was really sick at the beginning of the year, and that's when it's like, maybe I need to go take a test. Because I would go to the gym early in the morning. I'm like, why am I nauseous? Like, what's going on? Like, I don't usually eat in the morning. I don't think I need to eat anything. So, but so far, like, we're already in our second trimester. So, we're feeling good.
Nice. Do you want to, like, Are you going to do a gender reveal, or you kind of want to keep it a secret?
No, we already found out it's a boy.
Oh, I'm getting all the tea today. I can't believe it. I'm so excited.
I've been dying to tell somebody. Like, I haven't even told, I think my mom knows. We just told my husband's sister and mom this weekend. My mom's in Spain right now. She's just living her best life.
Go, Mom. Shout out in Spain. Have fun.
So when she gets back, I'm sure we'll have Sunday dinner at her house like we always do, and I'll tell my brothers. But yeah. Is
everybody here, though, in the Cyprus area?
Yes.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah. So I'll get to share. I'm just trying to figure out like how I'm going to reveal it to them. But yeah, it was definitely a surprise. I mean, we thought we were done, obviously, because
you just need to serve some blue cocktails and
right, yeah, hint, hint,
yeah, hint, hint. I love that. That's so exciting. Yeah. Were you guys like? You have two beautiful daughters, so were they kind of saying, "Mom, can we have a brother?"
No, they really were not. I think everybody thought that we were done, and it was just like a nice little surprise, and we're like, okay. So obviously at this point, you're like, I've gotten rid of all the baby stuff, so I'm just like,
true.
What am I gonna do?
You're starting from scratch. You need a baby shower, girl.
Yeah, I know. So luckily, my husband's sister has a little boy. He's 3, so I can get some hand-me-downs.
Some great hand-me-downs. And you're going to have to do a whole video and blog post on like how to rework these hand-me-downs and all this good stuff. Oh, wow. And just like picking out a crib and putting it together. Like you can share your whole like beautiful journey. That's amazing.
I just thought about like how much stuff you need whenever...
You forget.
But then I also think about how much stuff I didn't need. Because I think with your first, you go overboard and you get so much stuff. I
had 10,000 onesies and 100 pacifiers, and none of my kids even wanted the pacifier. It's like, you get all this stuff because you think you need it all. And I thought I was fancy. I mean, I'm 47. My kids are grown. My oldest, she's 21. And I'm thinking, I need a wipe warmer and I need all these fantastic things.
No,
and then you want all these special toys, and then they end up wanting a pot and a spoon.
Exactly.
You're like, my parents bought $1,000 worth of toys, and she wants a wooden spoon.
That's it.
And a gumbo pot. And I'm like, or a box that the TV came in. Yep. That was like a fort.
You just keep it simple.
Yeah, just keep it simple. And they're so happy.
Absolutely.
They're so happy. That's amazing. Oh my goodness. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
That is so exciting. How do your daughters are they kind of expressing how they feel about it though?
Yes, my oldest is fine with it. My youngest is not, because she's always been the baby.
She's the baby.
And so she was excited at first, and I'm like, yeah, so you won't be the baby anymore. And she's like, okay, never mind, I don't want it.
She's turning into me. Middle child syndrome.
Yeah.
No, she'll be fine.
Yeah.
I mean, because too, it's a boy, so they'll kind of feel like it's their little baby boy, and it'll feel so special. Yeah. Oh gosh, they're gonna.
I think it'll change once the baby gets here, though.
Are y'all discussing like names? Do you have like a?
I don't, because the whole time we thought we were girl parents. So the whole time we thought we were having a girl.
So boy, mom.
We came up with all these girl names. Even my husband wanted a girl. He's like, I just want girls.
Yeah.
And so
he's going to get a little rough and tumble boy.
We have no boy names at all.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. It'll come to you. You might wait until you see his little face and go, oh, he looks like a little, So yeah, I remember the singer Fergie. I just love her. She's so funny. And she didn't have a name picked out for her son. I read in an article until like he was born, and he popped out, and she looks at him. She's like, oh, he kind of looks like a little mechanic. We'll just name him Axel. And I thought that was so funny. And some people are just, wait till you see their little face and see what you think they look like.
That is so funny.
So I was like, how cute. Oh my goodness. So what are you kind of going through this process now that, you're pregnant and you're still trying to keep up with everything? How are you like juggling all this? Because now you have the girls and the doctor's appointments and the blog. And I mean, how are you keeping? Give us some organization tips.
No, not great. No, I'm not not very well. No, I do have like again a millennial, so obviously I have my paper planner. I have to have my paper planner.
I do too. I have to write things down, and I need to highlight things and check them off a list.
Yeah, because I don't trust my Google Calendar. I put it on there, and sometimes it does not remind me, and then I forget.
Okay, so it's not just me, because I swear, like, I have to set alarms, but I have to have a physical piece of paper because I don't always catch it on the calendar. It.
Yeah, and so that's why I have to have the paper calendar. And so, like my daughter, my oldest, goes to dance like 4 days a week, and it's like, so having to drive her, and then the youngest one has piano on the weekend, so I'm like having to remember all of that, and then the doctor's appointments, like you said, and it's just it's a lot. But I think the paper planner, for me at least, is, I just have to write it down. Yeah. And then go from there.
Gotcha.
But
yeah, that helps so much. Yes, dogs are barking in the background. Sorry, anybody who listens to this podcast know that at some point you're going to hear some yipping. My goodness. So, I recently spoke with a doula, Amy Guthrie. She was incredible, and she was just explaining to me like the different types of doulas and what they do, and like how they like help take care of like the family. And there are even certain doulas that really focus on helping siblings get acclimated to having a new baby and stuff like that. So I just thought that was amazing. I was just going to tell you, if you haven't checked it out, definitely. You should, because it's really, really cool. And her talking about having like a home birth. I was thinking about it later, and I was like, wow, I probably would have been that person that I probably would have done that.
You would have done a home birth?
I really do think I would have, especially for my third. I would have, I really believe I would have done that home birth, because quite honestly, my husband delivered that third one. Like,
oh, really?
At that point, like, they were like, oh, it's going to be a little while. And I was like, no, it's not. And they was like, oh, we're going to go get washed up and shift change and all this. Child, please. My husband was like, I got it. Like, so I'm like, we could have did this at home.
I know. I'll pay him.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's something that I definitely would consider. And I have a close friend who is pregnant. And she's like, that really opened my eyes. She's like, listening to her speak and watching her. She's like, I think I would do that, because hospitals really make her nervous. She had a very traumatic experience as a child. So she was already contemplating it. And she's like, that kind of solidified it for me. She's like, I think I want to try to have a home birth, like a water birth, and just kind of relax in my own tub and feel safe. And I was like, go for it. If anything happens, they're more than happy to go with you and transfer you to a hospital, if you need it. But if you want to feel safe in your own space at home, go for it. I think that's amazing. So
you have to be at ease whenever you're giving birth. You can't be stressed out. Like, you have to be, it's already traumatic as it is.
Thank you.
And so, you definitely want to be in a space that makes you comfortable. So.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. So what are some of your like future plans for your whole like blog situation? I'm so curious. Like, how is it something like, I know your YouTube is like growing, very, very quickly. When the baby comes, are you going to kind of scale back and take a break, or you feel like you're going to still try to keep up with this pace? Yeah,
unfortunately, I'm not at the point where I can just like sit back. We're a dual income family, so I have to also, So I mean, I'm sure I'll probably take a little step back. I at this point, I don't know what to expect. Like, it's so hard for me to like
envision life as a family of 5.
Exactly, yeah. And especially with a newborn, because I've been so used to having 2 girls that are for the most part self-sufficient. Like I don't have to take them showers. I just like cook them a dinner and they can eat. I don't have to be there, hand feeding them. So that's going to be a big adjustment. So I really at this point don't know what to expect, or don't even know how it's going to look like.
Okay.
Whenever the baby is born, or even how my content is going to shift. Like, am I going to talk more about family or, so I don't know. Gotcha. I'm really confused at this point.
Well, we shall see. I did want to talk a little bit though, before we get out of here, about self-care, because it does seem like you put a big focus on self-care. And I just kind of wanted to know a little bit about your self-care routine and maybe some of your favorite skincare items that you use.
Sure, yeah. Self-care is a must. I don't ever want like a woman to feel like self-care is selfish. I've always felt like I know when I feel good, when I've had my workout, even when right now I need to redo my nails, but even when my nails are done, it just, my whole mood changes. And I feel like that also reflects on how my mood is with my family. Like, I'm not as short, I'm a little bit more patient. So it's just, I don't know what it is, like what psychological thing it is, but it really does put me in a better, even like a nice tan puts me in a better mood,
For me, like a facial or a manicure or a pedicure, it just puts me in a whole different state of mind. It just makes me... you feel a little bit more relaxed, and you just feel like taken care of. It's so nice. And especially as a mom, that 45-minute pedicure might be the only alone time you got all day.
Actually, I actually don't like going to the salon. I do these myself. So I like to just sit in my bathroom. I love that. Like, to me, it's like the most therapeutic thing. I don't know what it is. I'll sit on my bathroom and I'll just paint my nails and do my toes. And it is like, I don't know if it's the alone time or if it's like knowing that in a few minutes I'm going to look put together or, so it's just something I do for myself, or like a nice sheet mask, or,
What are some of your favorite like sheet masks that you use? What brands do you like?
There is one that I think it's called like BioCell from Amazon. It's very popular. And it's just like amazing. It has like the collagen, and it's just, you're supposed to put it on for 3 hours, which I don't always have 3 hours to have a sheet mask on, but it makes your skin just like glow. Ooh. But I just found a cheaper version from CosRx, which I love that brand.
I love CosRx.
CosRx is amazing. And I just found they have a sheet mask that is also similar, and it's a little more inexpensive. And that one is really good. Yeah.
Because I literally have the snail mucin, the face cream, everything is sitting up there. I love their products. Yes. Like it just, and my skin feels expensive. It's not expensive at all. And Ulta has their like 21 days of beauty, and they had the serum like half off, and I absolutely love it. I use 3 or 4 of their products every day.
They're good.
Just my skin feels softer, smoother, more hydrated. I used to be so oily, as a teenager and in my early 20s. And now just at this stage of life, it's just not oily like it used to be. And now I'm feeling like, okay, well, wait, now I want some hydration. But
now it's like rosacea. Like I also suffer with acne well into like my 30s until I got I had to go to the dermatologist to get prescribed something for it because skincare was just not working. It was I did like Accutane a couple of times, and that just like completely tears up, like you're just so dry. But then she put me on spironolactone, and that cleared up my acne completely, which is like amazing. But then as I turned 40, now I have rosacea. I'm like, what? I can't win.
We can't win for losing.
Why can't I just have some nice skin? Yeah, so now I have like redness that I have to put like this little ointment on, and it's like...
Did you ever experience any melasma with your pregnancies?
No.
Okay, well that's good. That's good.
I did not.
What was your experience like with the acne medication? Like, how long is that cycle that you take that for?
The spironolactone is just, I've been taking it for a couple years.
Okay.
I have now taken off, obviously, since being pregnant. So I don't want to, so that's like my biggest like fear now. I'm like, oh my gosh, I just got rid of my acne and now it's going to come back, because, with pregnancy and your hormones all over I can't take my pill. And so hopefully, that's why like I've been doing a lot more skincare to try to make sure that, like kind of keep everything intact during this pregnancy, since I can't use retinol. I can't, so.
I know I felt a big difference in my skin in being pregnant with a girl versus being pregnant with a boy. Yeah. With the boy, skin was clearer, prettier, smoother.
I've heard that.
Yeah. The boys give mama the beauty.
Yes.
They do.
I hope so, because I'm going to need it.
The boys give the mama the beauty. Absolutely. Hi. And we have little visitors popping in the room. Oh my goodness.
Look at you. You're so tiny.
Oh my goodness. Visitors popping into the room. This is so nuts. Cute. This is nuts. So sorry. Yes, everyone. This is one, and there's another one down here on the floor. Hi. Somebody let them get out of control, but that's okay.
Oh my goodness.
And then there's
cute.
Their baby.
I love dogs.
I do too. So and here's another one.
Hi. That one's like, I don't know if I want to go in there. Oh my goodness.
Too funny. Adorable. Too funny. Yes, bloopers. We leave them in. This will just make a great YouTube short. It's fine. Thank you so much for being such a good sport. Everybody's due for a grooming appointment. Yeah, you can just close the door, sweetie. It's fine. Thank you so much.
So cute.
So this one, you can just sit on my lap until we're finished. Okay, Trixie, how about we wrap it up with you? Oh my goodness. Well, I just want to thank you so much, Maria, for coming on here and just sharing your story, spilling the tea. Yes. You and your beautiful family have such an incredible bond. I love watching you guys just do your outings and stuff on Instagram and YouTube, and you just have inspired me so much just getting to know you through your blog and your posts. I've got some great style tips and some great mocktail tips. So you guys, please check out her YouTube page, her YouTube channel, and her Instagram page. Why don't you tell everybody where they can find you, my darling?
Yes, on BellaStyleLiving.com is my website, and I am on Instagram and YouTube under @Maria S. Muñoz.
Perfect. Thank you guys so much for joining us. You can check this out anywhere you get your podcast, be it Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon, Apple Podcasts, all that good stuff. And you can also see us on YouTube. Thanks so much for watching. Bye. Take care.